Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon and this is a continuation of our playthrough on All Quiet in the Trenches. Now we've just started the camp phase. We did see this story at the end of the last episode, but let's recount it anyway. More and more often we heard rumours that the use of chlorine gas would now also be tested in our section of the front. Of course, we had all heard about the Battle of Ypres and the resounding success of the gas. Today, gas masks are being distributed to all the troops. They said it was a trial run, just a precaution, to protect the soldiers. Nevertheless, it fueled our suspicion that there might be some truth to the rumours after all. Right away, Wellinger accidentally put his mask on backwards, which caused great amusement among the others. A few then deliberately put theirs on backwards too. The large insect-like lenses tended to fog up immediately, so the men staggered around the camp with their masks on, looking like something out of a cabinet of curiosity. I was glad they could take it so lightly. And so as we came back last time, the field hospital was full. I can't remember any of the other stats, but I do remember that was full. So we've gotten off a little bit better this time with the good old RNG stats. And we do now have good recovery. Both our soldiers, I believe last time Lots was maybe on a bad recovery. So again, we've gotten off a little bit lighter with RNG this time. Obviously I can't control RNG. Every time I load up, it's going to be different results. It's just what happens really. Fine equipment, excellent cover removed. Cool. Graham is now uneasy, as opposed to being respectful. What I would really love is to get Fleckner no longer tired of war, like really tired of war. Because he is my biggest danger, him running away. Resupply came in, I had to bring the rations directly to your unit's stockpile. Your friends will have a hard time stomaching this defeat, but that's no reason to rest on our laurels. I expect full commitment, Herr Underoffizier. Field laundry can't keep up with demand. What are we going to be doing for that? We'll take good care of Lots. Thank God we currently have the means to provide the best care for his recovery. Well, you have means to provide care. The best care is essentially arguable. Right, so what I'm going to do... Madame LaRoche loves me. Ask for help. It's so much of a help, and your men just bring the clothes, I'll take care of them. We have 6 weeks of rations. Gonna keep it at that. Wellinger, what's on your mind? Help comrades, right? Yes, I can pull that up whenever I like, but it doesn't really difference at the point. Fleckner. Wound is healing well. I think I'm fit for duty. I'm going to grant you a reward. Have bigger rations. It's very generous of you. You're most welcome. Larger rations increase relaxation, improves mood. Food consumption, however, is increased. I'm just maybe trying to get this to drop down at least a level. You know? I mean, it would be nice. It would be real nice. Next turn, we do have exceptional prestige, so we will be able to steal the odd ration or two here and there if we need to. Wellinger and Fram sat around a large pot, flanked by sacks full of onions, potatoes, and other vegetables. Woefully, Wellinger sighed, how come no one has invented a better tool for this awful vegetable yet? He eyed the onion in his hand with animosity. They won't be cut any faster just because you whine, Fram commented, unmoved. Not whining, I'm working on a problem. Suddenly he jumped up, rushed over to his equipment. Grinning, he proudly returned with his gas mask, from which he produced his gas mask bag, from which he produced his gas mask, and thus armed, turned back to the onions. I applaud your ingenuity, I commented, whereupon Wellinger nodded contentedly. It works surprisingly well, he said as he continued to chop the onions. I can hardly tell the difference between the onions and my hand with how fogged up they are, but at least my eyes aren't burning anymore. Comrade and I watched him for a moment, amused, before we too got back to our task. Underoffizier, wanting to go back and be over the head cheerfully. In front of him lay a partially unpacked parcel that he'd received from his loved ones back home. Among various small items was a large piece of ham. He cut off a chunk with his knife and held it out to me, grinning happily. Try it, my family has spoiled me rotten this time. Your comrades would surely appreciate a piece, he is very sociable. I thanked him but declined, but your comrades would surely appreciate a piece. He seemed a little surprised at first, but soon a smile spread across his face. Good idea. I'll stop by the others later and see if they want a piece. They're looking grateful and belonging. And of course he is friends with lots, because everybody friends with lots. Oh! Wellinger and Fleckner also now friends. Why, hello. Larger rations removed. He is no longer tired. He has good news has been added. Get rid of the good weather modifiers. Sunny. What have we actually got? We are now in an excellent mood. We lost a number of ration. That's fair. Change to bar rested. Strange removed. Belonging added. Good. Good news added. Change down to tired. Relieved. Added. A larger ration. Mr. Fleckner, but how do we get you not being tired of this war? Latrine is filled to the brim. That's what we got. You prisoners in our war that need guarding. Okay, latrine duty. Wellinger, we know you're up for it. Got him, Fleckner. I'll leave it at that. Lots, welcome back. A little bit bruised, but feeling a lot better already. Anything else? After all this time out here, sometimes you suddenly realize you have actually improved. I feel like I've learned something after all. Ooh, he is attentive and trained in shooting. That's, I believe, sniper territory. What have we got? Change to lightly wounded. He is, of course, now nauseated. Change down to tired. Good recovery removed. Lightly wounded removed. Bar rested added. Change to bar rested. Double rations now for 4 turn, and he is now attentive. Whoever commies is guilty of the most heinous crime a soldier can commit: desertion. Gather your people immediately to hunt that traitor. Oh, we have to find the deserter. Okay. Alright. Never had that task before. Don't have anything I need your men for. Expect their shipment for at least a month. Khan. He's a good choice. You'll probably lose optimistic. Try these two. So it's just filled to the brim. Feel free to have yourself. After all, that's what it's here for. Except, let's go grab some extra food. Wellinger, grab the extra food, please. Bad news removed. Nauseated removed. Tired removed. Tired of war decreased. Alright. Fleckner, we're making progress. The fact that he's got a friend now, and you know, there's good weather, and gotta be helping things I can only. These villagers are suspect. Found the deserter head onto, but he tried to escape, so I fired a shot at him. I didn't mean to hit him, I just wanted to intimidate him. But I did hit him. He died on the spot. I know he was a traitor, but I killed one of my comrades. That's gonna have an effect. Shaken. Okay, that's not the worst effect that we could have. I was told your people made short work of the deserter. Officially, I have to reprimand you, but personally, I don't mind at all that he didn't make it to the court-martial. They're far too lenient with these traitors. Barely anybody faces the firing squad they deserve. Good work. Off record. Yeah, I'm gonna smidge you, Christy. Control the village. So you can go with lots. Not gonna take a trip to the pub. We're gonna keep the villagers in our friendly status. Lieutenant had demanded that I accompany patrols to the village personally to make sure that everything was in order. When Con and I arrived, the mood in the village was even more brooding than usual. The villagers were sullen, and no wonder. Madame LaRoche had told us that they'd recently received dire news. 2 of their men had been killed in battle. The women fell silent when they saw us, with no more than cold, angry looks for a greeting. A few children were out playing, little more than listlessly kicking an empty tin around. The mood seemed to affect Con as well. Passion crept into his eyes and he slowed his steps. Go, mate. Con didn't hesitate and wandered over to the kids. When he held out the hand with the chocolate, curiosity drew them nearer. First, the children were cautious when taking the chocolate, but soon a satisfied joy spread across their faces as they divided the pieces fairly among themselves and hurried back to the tin with renewed vigor. This brought a small smile to Con's face. The women also visibly relaxed. Con was just about to turn away when one of the children passed their makeshift bull to him. He lingered and spent some time playing with the children before finally departing. On the way back, he noted, his voice a mixture of amusement and melancholia, they're no different from the little ones back home. So the village doesn't completely hate us, that didn't cost us anything. Physically fit added on Fleckner. Oh, my man. My man, after this time out here, sometimes you suddenly realize that you have actually improved. Trained in shooting? Trained in trusting. Optimistic added on Lotz and Wellinger. Ooh la la. Good look at that. Making my guys happy to be here. So also good recovery removed. What have we actually got? Trained in shooting added. He'll shoot you, then he'll patch you up. Double rations for 3 turns. Hospital partially occupied. Belonging, relieved, physically fit, relieved, removed, belonging removed. Okay. A little bit of a do-si-do on those ones, but Fleckner is no longer completely sick and tired of this war. So, you know, hey, morale is not doing so bad. Morale is not doing bad. Listen carefully. You are only finding out about this now as this is a confidential matter, or I'd like to keep it that way. Our next attack is imminent, so have your soldiers ready to march. Oh, next turn. Okay. So I'm not going to waste a turn getting double rations off this guy. So out of curiosity, still a month? A few more weeks. So I'm not going to, like I said, waste time getting that off him. Let's just have everybody rest and eat. The men were resting, playing cards, writing letters, and chatting. Only Soldier Lotz fell a little out of line. He sat by himself and whittled away at a piece of wood. I checked what he was doing. Everything all right here? I asked sternly. Lotz looked at me very innocently. Everything's fine, he then said, in response to my prompting look. He held out his piece of wood, on which he was obviously trying to carve out a face. Just for my children, he mumbled. I dropped that professional mask of it. It must be hard to be away from them, I said compassionately. Lotz gave a heavy sigh. Yes, it's a lot harder than I thought. I miss them more every day. Bit his lip. I tried to ease his inhibition. It's all right for you to say that. It doesn't make you a bad soldier or a weak man, at least not in my eyes. Your children are lucky to have you as a father. Then he looked at me gratefully, but he still didn't seem to want to open up any further. I respected that and left him alone. I was about to lay down for the night when I heard the sound of rapid footfall from within the camp. Throwing on my coat, I hurried outside. All I saw was young Con, sprinting up and down the camp like a madman. He noticed me taking a break between 2 sprints. He immediately stood at attention. I relaxed. Oh, it's just you, I nodded at him, working out again. Can't sleep, he replied. I just lay around driving myself crazy, and at that point I'd rather make use of the time. I nodded sympathetically. The first deployments, they get to you, but don't worry, it gets easier. After those words of comfort, I purposely hardened my tone and raised my voice. And now, get some rest, soldier. That's an order. Con nodded eagerly and complied. Still looking after him, I wasn't sure if my strictness would keep him from laying awake and scared all night. Oh, the good weather's gone. Somewhat jaded removed. Nauseated removed. While rested added. That's all of them. And of course now just down to 2 turns of double rations. But that's 2 turns of double rations. And we should still be able to pilfer some next back. Time to drive the French out of their trenches. You know, we're still almost full on prestige. Maybe I should have gotten a bit more, but it's, I don't know. You just never know, you know? You just never know. Are you going back to the front? Here is everything your troop needs. Full of bullets, and we've got ourselves a hand grenade. Let's jump into battle. I think this will be a fairly quick one if it's the battle I'm expecting it. Yeah, silence falls across the battlefield. We'll attack, and this time with gas. The men will be completely unprepared. Keep your men together and make sure they have their masks ready. Once the gas takes effect, there's no stopping us. Forward. Alright, so this in essence is just a charge, charge, charge. Oh, wow. Wow, that was like 6. Keep moving forward as much as possible. Well, lads, get your gas masks on. Guys, why are you in the way? No, I'm not even going to bother with covering fire. They're not stopping to shoot us. Gas masks are on. There are no bullets coming our way. Poison gas cloud. Whoops. Technically isn't a flanking. Or a flanked position, I should say. Fleckner was wounded on the way here. We have to help him. Oh, was he now? I'll teach them what happens when they wound one of us. Avenge wounded comrade. Okay. Get Fleckner into cover. Go. In that case, then. Let's be throwing a grenade. Unknown, let me down. Maybe they are shooting at us. I noticed how they're shooting at me and nobody else. Guys, get back out there. First aid for Fleckner. Grenade just missed, but I saw him jump from cover. Another soldier takes over, but hurry up. Yes, Cram. Trained in first aid. What's this? Oh, that's Fleckner. Best you keep moving. Fleckner and Fram will rejoin us shortly. Only lightly wounded. Be with us in no time. barbed wire, go for it. I can't get in or move because my guys are all in the way. Return to troop. Meeting removed. Enemies on the flank added, but I'm hoping they just leave. If they're shooting at me, I am going to be a little bit upset. I mean, it's... Oh, we didn't get through the barbed wire. I'll tell you that much. Get on it. This damn tangle of barbed wire, I didn't manage to cut it properly. Yeah, I noticed. There you go. Blackner did. Blackner's my guy. Oh, bad times. Bad times. Let's get ourselves into there. Done. I've cut a fat path through the barbed wire. Next turn. Get into the trench. Little resistance, as to be expected. Get an overview, and officer. Find out what the gas has done to the French. Sure. Ackerman. Search crates. Bram. Dead soldier, dead soldier, dead soldier. Lots. Up. Wagner. Right. He's going to treat wounded nearby. I'm hoping that means this guy. Find out. Interesting how I've been trading first aid doesn't affect the gather information task. I would have thought it would probably. Dies there. He looks terrible. I don't know what I'm supposed to find out here. I guess he's suffocated. Let's put Bram on that. Had some ammunition that we can use. Able to find some ammunition. So nothing overly worthwhile found yet. Search that guy. I would love to get this guy in cover. I'm not going to get Fleckner gathering information about the dead people because where the hell is Fleckner going? Where the hell is Fleckner going? I mean, that's him all the way just done a runner, right? Or is this Fleckner? That could be Fleckner. Oh, he's dead though, so he ain't being treated anymore. He had some ammunition that we can use. His eyes there, he looks terrible. I don't know what I'm supposed to find out. I guess he's suffocated. Whatever the gas is doing to them, it's worse than any bullet. If those can tell us where the enemies can pass that, it can still put up resistance. Searching. Yeah, that'll be Fleckner. He's got the blood on him from being wounded. See for yourself. The gas has weakened the enemy and forced them into a headlong retreat. You must seize this moment. Forward, take the next trench. There was no one left I could help. Found a lot of useful equipment on him, having device here. Could have been handy. Right, he's got some grenades. His eyes there, he looks terrible. I don't know what we're supposed to find. Next area being, yep, charge, charge, charge. Alright, well, we've got a couple of grenades back. We've done an okay bit of equipment scavenging. Just keep charging forward as fast as possible. I don't want to get stuck behind the general mob. Again, let's just keep moving. Want us across the battlefield. Keep going. Let's keep going. We might take a quick break here. People are going to be getting out of breath a little bit. We're also pushing ahead a bit. Yeah, out of breath added for a few people. You know what, let's get here. Elevated terrain, and hopefully we'll be able to see where we have to go. Not meeting any resistance. Oh wow, we still got to push up somewhere. Not sure where we're going. That is too far ahead, too far forward. Right, so we'll take a break. Wait for all of our guys to start catching up. I assume that's the trench we have to take. There are Frenchmen on me left. Go, let's get in the trench and then we can just start resting, relaxing. Have you seen if we've got any equipment lying around here? Definitely take a break. I am very much the tip of the spear. The attack, quick as a flash, and the enemy was completely unprepared. Their generals are probably wondering where their front line has gone. With a bit of luck, we'll make it into the newspapers. Yes, that's exactly why I do this. Just to make it into the newspaper. Right, let's just hold out here. Let's recover a bit. Let's relax a bit. Let's get our breath back. Let's calm down. All right, back to camp. That will be the end of the episode. We are going to quickly jump into camp. We'll see what ends up being what, so to say. None of us could sleep that night, and so one by one we came back out of our tents. We sat together in silence, pale-faced. The chlorine gas attack had been a huge success. The enemy positions had been taken without much resistance. It was Lotz who finally broke the silence. I thought, well, didn't they say the gas wasn't lethal? Again there was silence. After a while he continued. Those who didn't suffocate just ran around frantically like animals. He shook his head. Do you think it was right, he asked, to fight like that? I don't know. Seems like there is no right or wrong in this war anymore. Ackerman raised his voice. He had inspected the French soldiers. An order from the lieutenant that was necessary for the report. Their faces, they were so big. Eyes and mouth wide open. Must have been an agonizing death. Could have saved them somehow, or at least shot them. But everything had to happen so fast. A few of the other soldiers nodded. We all knew that there was no turning back now. Something had changed and the French response would come. There you go, that was the gas attack. Fleckner has good recovery. We have a lovely rat infestation. That hasn't happened yet, which is interesting. Somewhat compassionate added to Fram, and the hospital is mildly full. Okay, so that's what we're ending with. Obviously, what we start with will be completely down to RNG. And so until next time, ladies and gentlemen, as per always, thank you so much for joining me for this series. And until the next episode, I hope that you can stay safe, happy, and healthy.